welcome to my channel. This is my very first video. My very first video ever. I have never, ever posted anything on this channel ever before. This is my first time ever posting a video to this channel. My name is Comet, and welcome to What the Heck. That's a stupid name. Anyways, today we are talking about Legend of Zelda, but more specifically, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Link and Zelda, and their relationship. Because their relationship makes me want to sob if I think about it too hard. So if I start crying, it's a totally justified reaction, okay? Just understand that. I don't know how immediately apparent this is, but I feel like I should disclose this information. I'm autistic, so if any of this video seems a little like funny, but not funny, haha, funny, weird, that's why. And we're gonna get into this now. So for the background of this, I'm gonna let you guys know the continuous story between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And that starts with the Great Calamity. The events of all the past games here are completely irrelevant. They've all faded into legend by the time this game started. In my personal opinion, I think Breath of the Wild comes after the end of every single timeline, and it's like a reunification there. But that's my opinion. But also, if you disagree with me, I'll cry. Alright, so what you need to know. There's this advanced civilization called the Sheikah. They build these things called divine beasts and guardians. Divine beasts are like these giant animal robots that can shoot lasers. And guardians are less big robot spiders who also shoot lasers. To defeat this guy called Ganon. Ganon's the big bad of all like the Legend of Zelda game series. You guys like my shirt? It's from a band called Jigsaw Youth. I saw them in concert a while ago. And a warrior from each of the races, there's 4 races. There's the Goron, who are rock people, Zora, who are fish people, the Gerudo, who are badass bitches who live in the desert. They're all women. And there's Hylians. Nope. There's 5 races. There's Ritos. I forgot about the Ritos because we'll get to it. The Rito and Hylian. And so one warrior from the Gerudo, Goron, Rito, and Zora, they're all selected, one of each to pilot each divine beast, right? And they were able to defeat Calamity Ganon of that time. Despite this, the king was paranoid and had all the divine beasts buried because she was scared of betrayal of the Sheikah. And because of that he did this, some of the Sheikah did defect and betray him and become the Yiga, who are dedicated to the resurrection of Calamity Ganon. Alright, and this was 10,000 years before the events of the game, Breath of the Wild. So, 9,883 years later, a princess named Zelda is born. By tradition, they're all named Zelda. It's a thing. Now, around this time was the return of Calamity Ganon was prophesied, so he's coming back. I'm going to put like stuff on the screen, so this is less of me just talking. Hopefully. And the queen at the time was assassinated as well, leaving the young Princess Zelda motherless. Motherless girly, you know? New pilots were selected for use of the champions, and the sword that seals the hero that wields the sword that seals the darkness, that's Link, was found. And this group, the princess, Link, and the champions, were all dubbed the they were the pilots were all dubbed the champions. The pilots' names are Urbosa, she's from the Gerudo. There's Daruk, who's from the Goron. There's Rivali, who's from the Rito, and there's Minfa, who is from the Zora. Don't get too attached to them. And the young princess started training to like unlock her sacred power. She couldn't do it because her mom wasn't there to mentor her because she's dead. All right. The day of the calamity. This is still before Breath of the Wild starts. The now 17-year-old princess had spent every year going to the springs of prayer and whatever to unlock this goddess power, but had not seen any results. At the final spring that she visited, she went up there, she prayed, nothing happened. She came back down accompanied by Link, where the champions met her, and moments after reaching the bottom of the mountain, the calamity resurrected, using malice to press the guardians and divine beasts. So when the champions left to go to the divine beast to fight Ganon, they died by the blights that were left in the divine beasts for them to be killed by. And Hyrule was mostly laid to ruin, and Link was fatally injured protecting Zelda. And Zelda's power awakens, protecting Link from a guardian blast. Link is taken to the Shrine of Resurrection to heal, and Zelda goes to the castle, that's spelled wrong, to face Ganon alone, in which she creates a makeshift seal and keeps Ganon from decimating the land completely. This is already 8 minutes in. We're going great. This is going awesome. This is going to be a long video. I probably will edit out most of the munching and crunching happening, but we'll see. Alright, Breath of the Wild. Link awakens 100 years later with no memory of his past and is gifted a Sheikah Slate by Zelda. And he's guided by Zelda's voice to this tower thing. He turns on him. Yeah. He finds a ghost of King Rome who asks Link to save Hyrule. By the way, King Rome fucking sucks. He's awful. You can go kick him in the nuts. Anyways. Where was I? King Rome asks Link to save Hyrule and the champion spirits from the great evil. Link is guided to Impa, who gives him instructions on a way to regain his memory. By visiting Pura, he repairs his Sheikah Slate to regain his memories with photos from his past. Link goes to free divine beasts from the malice and subsequently saving the nearby domains from the chaos divine beasts create while corrupted. Link meets the champion's descendants who help him free the divine beasts in the area. The champion's descendants' names are Riju, Unibo, Sidon, and Tulin/Teba. They're birds. They'll all have pictures and names. Don't worry if you're confused. Actually, if you are confused, that's fair. After freeing the divine beast, Link is blessed with the gift from the champions. The champions have gifts. And is tasked by Sheikah Monk to complete the challenge for his own divine beast. It's a motorcycle. And once that's all said and done, Link recovering his memories along the way, he defeats Calamity Ganon and Dark Beast Ganon with Zelda. Afterwards, Zelda and Link focus on rebuilding Hyrule together. Not together, but together. That was stupid, I'm sorry. Alright. Tears of the Kingdom. By the way, Breath of the Wild, that's what happened. We're good. That's what happened in Breath of the Wild now. Tears of the Kingdom. I should have mentioned earlier that this video contains massive spoilers for both of those games. Anyways. Link and Zelda explore the underground of Hyrule Castle to find the source of the gloom, where they find the original Ganondorf and use the seal, and the seal breaks, causing the upheaval, and Zelda disappears while Link is diving after her to save her, getting his arm blown off, and he is saved by the arm of Rauru. Rauru is a goat man. He's a Zonai. He looks like a goat. Link wakes up on the Sky Island and speaks to Rahu, who explains the imprisoning war. After returning to the surface, Link finds Spirit, who tells him of the regional phenomena and how it might hint at... Sorry. I'm looking at a PowerPoint I made. Don't worry about it. Regional phenomena that might hint at Zelda's whereabouts. They don't know where Zelda is, but they have been seeing like this phantom, a fake Zelda around Hyrule. While investigating the phenomenon, they find temples that contain secret stones of the past sages. Sages, they have like special abilities, right? That are being guarded by Ganon's scourges. After defeating each of the champions, with the champion's descendant is awakened as a sage. Now, stop it. Link finds out that the Zelda they have been seeing around was Ganon's puppet. After a brief confrontation, they find out there's a fifth sage in the depths. They find this fifth sage. The fifth stage is Rahu's sister, Minoru. She's also his own eye. At some point, Link finds all the geoglyphs and discovers that Princess Zelda has traveled back in time and turned into a dragon to become immortal to re-deliver the Master Sword to Link. More powerful. Zelda's a dragon now, guys. This is crazy. Link confirms this with the Deku Tree after healing him of the gloom sickness. With this, Link retrieves the sword from the head of the light dragon, which is Zelda. After all of this, Link goes to fight Ganondorf with the sages. As the battle continues on, Ganondorf gets more powerful, and at some point, casting out all sages, Link continues to best Ganondorf, and as a result, Ganon goes to desperate measures and turns himself into a dragon. Link, with the help of the light dragon, which is also Zelda, defeats Ganon's dragon form, and after that, Link is transported to the Sacred Realm, is met with Rauru and Sonia. Together, they reverse Zelda's dragonification. Link catches Zelda as they both fall from the sky. Alright, that's the background. Now, I'm going to say two things that I firmly believe about Link and Zelda as characters. They are both autistic. And you could not convince me otherwise. Understood? Okay. So let's take it back to pre-Calamity, right? Zelda's diary. Zelda kept a diary before the Calamity awoke. She keeps a diary afterwards during tears. They make me so sad. Anyways, Zelda's diary. So through Zelda's diary, we find out that she initially hates Link with a passion. She does not like this boy. And for most of her diary, she refers him to exclusively as him or it, not a fan. But that's only because that Link had already pulled the Master Sword and met his destiny, and she had failed to do so yet. So, subsequently, she sees him as a living reminder of her failures, and since Link doesn't talk, she assumes that he hates her for being a failure. He doesn't. And then Zelda almost gets assassinated, and Link saves her without a thought for his own life. And she's like, maybe he's not so bad. And they have a talk. She apologizes for snapping at him and several other events that happen. And Link, they grow closer, and Link starts to confide in her as well, telling her the reason that he stays silent is because he's scared that if he speaks his mind freely, he's going to say something wrong, and Hyrule is going to lose hope in him as their hero, because that's his job. Oh, by the way, they're both 17. I need to mention that, because it's really sad, actually.
Oh, shit.
All
Here we go again.
Okay. So as we approach the Great Calamity's resurrection, that's the word, Link and Zelda are actually very close at this point. They're good friends. Good friends. Right? They're good friends. And then the calamity awakens, and Link is tasked with Link is protecting Zelda from dying because that's his job. And they're running, they're escaping the calamity, they're running so fast, they're going. And then Zelda's hand slips from Link's and she crumbles to the floor. And wow, a knight whose duty is to just protect the princess should have just picked her up and kept going. But Link stops to comfort her, and he stops to comfort her and hugs her while she is crying about the fact that she feels personally responsible for the fact that all of her friends and family are dead. Oh, by the way, it was also Zelda's birthday when this happened, so pretty shitty birthday if you ask me, right? And he stops to comfort her. Then fast forward a little bit, Link is holding on to the very last shred of life. He's fighting off these guardians, and Zelda is telling Link to leave and go save himself. He doesn't do that, so he's disobeying direct orders from his charge, because in my opinion he's in love with her and wants to protect her to his very dying breath, even though she told him to leave. And Link is about to get unalived pretty hard by a guardian, and Zelda last minute pushes him out the way and awakens her sealing power and saves Link. And this isn't implied at all. This is directly stated in the game that Zelda's love for Link is what awakens her power. Moving on. Link, unfortunately, is still fatally injured and has to be taken to the Shrine of Resurrection, and he is taken there to heal. And when he wakes up, he doesn't have his memories and stuff, right? Yeah. But he goes back and recollects those memories, right? And during Breath of the Wild, you do this thing, you buy a house in one of the towns called Hateno, right? And in Tears of the Kingdom, when you go back to your house, all the little kids in the village call it Miss Zelda's house. You can still sleep in the bed and everything. There's 2 chairs at the kitchen table. And if you go downstairs, there's a secret little room for Zelda to study in. Why would you need a room for quiet study if you live why would you need a secret room to be able to study quietly if you live alone? Interesting, correct? And if you go down to her little secret room, you find a chest that has Link's hairband in it. Interesting, right? Right. Very interesting. Very interesting, right? And then you see the dragon tears, right? Which are basically memories from not from the last game, but of Zelda where she is now, because she's at the founding of Hyrule with Rauru and Sonia, which are, by the way, Rauru and Sonia, slayest of queens, hottest power couple on the planet. I love Sonia. She's so pretty. Anyways. And there's this one dragon tier that you watch. It's Zelda, Sonia, and Rauru. They're having tea. How lovely. What a cute thing. And Zelda just starts gushing about Link and how amazing he is. And how good and true and strong Link is. Yeah, oh, it's 444. How lovely. I feel like I have, like, my fringe is, like, too emo right now. Alright. Okay, so yeah, there's that. And back to the fake Zelda that had been appearing around in Hyrule, right? Right. So. Alright, so. Fuck, I can't remember. Yeah. So the fake Zelda. You get led back to Hyrule Castle for a confrontation, sort of, with Ganondorf. But not really, because he's not at his full power yet. And the way that Ganondorf uses Zelda here... I keep blinking because I keep getting... Okay. So, the way that Ganondorf uses Zelda in this scene is very indicative of things. So, she rebuilds the sanctum with, like, her fake time powers or whatever. And she starts to talk to Link, and her tone of voice isn't something typical of Zelda. Zelda's very bright and bubbly. This time, her voice is more low and whatever. Talking to Link about, look at this, isn't it beautiful? This is everything that we could have had. And she's like, be sure to take it all in, because it's the last thing you'll ever see. Alright? Because it's fake Zelda, right? Okay, cool. Now, that scene, very unusual, because it feels like Ganondorf is he's using Zelda to play with Link's feelings. But why would he need to do that if Link didn't have feelings, or if Ganondorf didn't gather from meeting Zelda in the past that she and Link had feelings for each other? Interesting there, right? So interesting. Okay, so there's that. Now let me get to the final scene of the game. I don't want this video to be super long, okay? So let's get to the final scene of the game. You defeat Ganon and everything, and you're with Barbara and Sona, and you turn back Zelda's dragonification, right? And she is plummeting towards the earth. You guys are thousands of feet in the air, right? And it's a callback to the beginning of the game where Link couldn't catch Zelda, but this time he's able to catch her. You're diving there, you catch her, you grab her hand, and you pull her close, and you protect her head as you guys dive into a giant thing of water, because we're in a Minecraft world where if you jump into deep enough water, you won't die. Yeah. And then, so that happens, and he carries her out of the water, out of the water bridal style, and gently lays her down in the grass, and is gonna wait for him to wake up. She wakes up pretty quickly, and she immediately starts being like, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you. I thought I'd never see you again. This is lovely. This is great. I'm so happy. And it's like, I have so much to tell you. I'm in a ba and da da. And she goes, well, she's in the middle of a random field. She has no idea where she is. The minute she actually makes full-on eye contact with things, she goes, oh, Link, I'm home. He is her home. They're in love, Your Honor. There's no way around that, actually. They're in love, and the fact that everything about their relationship is implied makes me want to cry and like throw up and die. They're so sweet for they love each other so much, it's like not even fucking funny. And if you think, hey, that's not a whole lot of like evidence or whatever, play the fucking game yourself. You play the game yourself, you'll be like, oh, okay, and then you'll be sobbing about how much you love them. Anyways, that is all I have for this video, actually. That is all I was going to talk about. So thank you so much for watching my very first video on this channel that I've never posted any videos to before. This is my very first ever YouTube video ever. I've never ever posted anything ever before. And thank you so much for watching. These are my socials. And make sure you like and subscribe and comment what you want to see next. Fun fact, I already have a good 4 or 5-ish videos lined up to film. Because I'm taking this YouTube thing seriously this time. Because I'm taking advantage of the fact that film and industry is kind of dying in America.